Well, good morning. It is early morning. And I will turn on the light when it starts getting dark. But right now I'm going through town and I really don't like the light on inside the car when it's dark. But, it's been a while since I've really been posting to my page. I know it's not the most entertaining page. It's not popular. It'll get there. But that's okay. I'm very, very positive about things going on. I've been going through some struggles. So I've been having some chest pains. I've had chest surgery for my esophagus. And I think that's been causing the chest pains because that's usually what it is. For whatever the reason. It could be the weight that's on it. It could be other stuff, stress mostly. But whatever the case, it's been painful. And then I snapped my neck on the side here. So it's kind of been painful for me to turn my head and stuff like that. So, it's been a couple weeks of that. And usually it's a crick in the neck. But my neck is misaligned. My vertebrae in the back of my neck is like this right now, which I'm going to chiropractor to get back like this. Making my shoulder feel like it's having issues with my shoulder again. It's not, but it sure feels like it. But things are going pretty good. Money-wise, I still struggle, but I'm getting to where I want to be. I have a balance, I have an equation, I have it all figured out. And I'm saying a lot because I've not been on a while, and I want to give an update. I've got more of a goatee than I do a beard. I think I look better that way. No, it's not Clark Gable-ish, but it's close. But, I was thinking of a story. There was a guy that I know that had a gambling problem. And he's married, a couple kids, and he didn't see the problem, and he lied about it to his wife. And I think realistically, he was kind of lying to himself too. Well, it got to the point where they were having enough trouble where she was actually talking about breaking up with him. Not necessarily divorcing, but, getting a separation to make him realize that, hey, you're spending a lot of money you shouldn't be. And, the thing is that when you lie, you got to cover your lie up with another lie. And then if you lie again, then you have to cover that lie up with another lie, and another lie, and another lie. So and sometimes when you lie to yourself, you believe it. So you don't even have to try to cover it up. And a lot of times when the lie is obvious, like in this case to his wife, it was plain down, blatant obvious, and he was lying about it, which is where the problem caused. And, the old saying goes, is, to tell the truth will take all your bondage and set you free, biblically. My own complete paraphrase. But I feel like that's true in a lot of ways. And, in this case, it almost caused a separation. Maybe possibly could have led to divorce. But the old saying goes, if you say the truth, it will set you free. And I think part of that truth comes to the fact that if you're telling the truth, you're not covering up a lie with another lie, trying to make it work. It is really dark. Ooh, coming up on Halloween. So, I really think that to sum it up, and he's not the only one that went through that. I did with my wife too at the time when I was married. I had a gambling problem. I wasn't going to the casino, but there was a couple slot machine places that was around me, and they had this one pirate game that I was just addicted to. I loved it. And I kept, the place closed, then they moved, and they opened back up with a pirate game there. And I found it, and I went to it. And I'm like, it's only $20 every couple weeks, and there was a lot of different had problems with my marriage, and lies was some of them. I wasn't perfect. I did a lot of things wrong. She was pretty oblivious to some of it till I was caught red-handed. But again, the truth will set you free, and I came clean. And she's like, how much did you spend? How much did you go? I don't know. How much did you go? Quite a bit. A week, a couple times a week. I was addicted to that game. Like I said, I'm only going with the 20. I would only go in with $20, but when you don't have hardly any cash to pay bills, and she quit to stay home to be with the kid, and you're working a lot, and that's your only time you're going out, I mean, that causes friction in a marriage. It's untruthful. So, in essence, I'm not saying much. Just that, if you date somebody, I'm single now and I've dated, but if you're dating somebody and you're just not interested, tell them. If you're with friends and you want to help them out, but you can't, don't come up with excuses. Just say, I can't. I would if this was the case or that was the case. Okay, but I can't. Most of my friends that know me know that I will do my best to try to help you out. If I can't, I'll tell you straight up. This time, I can't help you. Check with me next time. And then the next time they need help, okay, let's do it. I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, I can do it. And then when that day comes, I can't do it. Can you come to this party? I'd love to come to that party. Then when the day comes, I don't show up. If I've got stuff going on, I tell them straight up, I have stuff going on, I can't make it. If I hurt somebody, and it's my fault, it is easier on you if you tell the truth. And I'm not talking about breaking a law. I'm talking about just, you hurt feelings. You turn around, somebody's standing right there, and you smack them in the face. I know it's extreme. It's just an example. Or, you hit somebody's car. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. You'll come out better. But, again, there's a fine line between law and legal. But, when you're trying to avoid a ticket, yeah, I get it. But sometimes a cop pulls you over for speeding. You know what you did? Yeah, but I was going flow of traffic. I've gotten off tickets that way. I was speeding, sir. But the whole flow of traffic is going this speed, and I was going with the flow. I don't know how fast I was going, which was the case. But I was going the flow of traffic. It's the truth. And I got a ticket because I was going the flow of traffic. I was being honest. And he let it go. There was a time I went down a one-way street driving, and I got pulled over. They're like, you're going down the wrong way. And I'm like, well, I didn't realize it, but I saw a person walking alone. I saw somebody close behind. I want to make sure the person was okay. True story. And I point out the person. He looked at me. He's like, yeah, so this is why? I said, yeah, if it's a one-way street, I missed a sign. I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure the person was not being followed or was okay. I don't remember the circumstance. It was 20 years ago. But I was trying to keep an eye on somebody and then making sure everything's fine. I don't know what it was, but it was one of those times where I just felt like I wanted to be there to make sure the person was okay. I don't know what the situation was. I told the officer. I was like, yeah, this is a case. I am sorry I went the wrong way. I did not realize it. My bad. I'm sorry. If I get a ticket, I understand. I told him that straight up. He's like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a warning because you're going down a one-way street and you shouldn't have been. But he said, the only reason why I'm not is because I understand what you're doing and I appreciate that. And he saw the person. He's like, yeah, I'd be questioning that too, especially with that guy walking behind. But about a minute after that, After I was pulled over, they both looked, and then they both kind of looked at each other, talked for a minute, and then both kind of went in different directions. So it was obvious that it was okay. But for some reason, I really had a sense that something wasn't right. So I was double checking on it. And I think the cop understood that. He's like, it's nice what you did, but you still need to make sure the roads are going the right way. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Again, 20 years ago. The truth will set you free. You might get in trouble, but the truth will set you free. And I think that's a very, very important biblical aspect that can relate to everyday life, regardless of whether you're biblical or not. The truth will set you free. If you're saying a lie and you're covering up with a lie, another lie, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. If you lie about something to come back and say, here's the truth, I'm sorry I lied, especially with my daughter, that's another thing. My daughter lies and I catch her. She always comes back and says, yes, I lied, but here's the truth. And she might get a little punishment. I'm like, your punishment's a lot less because you're being honest. Your punishment is in a lot better shape because you're being honest. And I really do appreciate that. I tell her that. So, I know this is one of those little simple videos, but what do you guys think? Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. Give me your shares. Like, share, and subscribe my video. And give me your thoughts. I would love to hear back from you guys. Whether agree, disagree, or whatever. Lights on, lights off. Wax on, wax off. Paint the fence. Just watching a clip of that. Everywhere. Yeah, I got a little caffeine in my system, and I got some good sleep for the first time in a long time, and I feel really good. But I've been tired a lot lately too. That's been part of my problem. But I missed you guys. I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, and I miss you guys. I got a chance to come back and say, hey, how are you? So, give me your thoughts, give me your opinion. Truth will set you free. There is a universal truth all around the board with that. Again, you get an accident, and it comes down to who's at fault. Not my fault. That's a little different. You're trying to keep yourself from winning a ticket, and you're not exactly. It's a fine line. But in a lot of cases, the truth will set you free. Deep thoughts. Hey, you guys be blessed. I will talk to you later. You guys have a good night.